At 6 o'clock, we got Middle Tennessee, which went 7-6 last year, traveling to James Madison, which went 12-2. James Madison favorite 5 on ESPN Plus. What's really interesting about this game is this: you're thinking, why is Middle Tennessee traveling to James Madison? It's kind of odd. They're an FCS program. Not anymore, guys. James Madison has officially joined the Sun Belt this year, and I don't think it's going to be a huge impact on my conference champions Sun Belt team, but I do think it's really cool. Although that's not true, because there's a quarterback, Ben DiNucci, went to James Madison, so Sun Belt will actually have a QB next year, guys. Let's get it. Go Sun Belt. Sun Belt will actually have a quarterback next year. It won't just be the 2 worst quarterbacks in all of college, in all the NFL. So actually we'll have a QB, so that's a big deal for the Sun Belt, adding James Madison. Middle Tennessee, their quarterback Chase Cunningham. If that name sounds familiar, I thought, I was like, isn't that the rookie? Wasn't that like the rookie for the Pistons last year? That's Cade Cunningham. So he went 1 of 10 and 176 last year, threw for 1,318 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions, 62.5% completion percentage. Frank Peasant, and honestly, on a side note, I'd like to tell a little story here. I remember when I was a kid, it was really kind of funny. Me and my friends would always call each other peasants. I don't know where it came from. It's really random that we would call each other peasants. But that is what happened. It was such a random insult for no reason. But yeah, we would call each other peasants. It was really random and weird, but that name gave me a fond memory of my childhood. So I very much appreciate Frank Peasant for that great name. 79 carries for 303 yards last year, 3 touchdowns, and Yusuf Ali had 45 catches for 472 yards and 4 touchdowns last year. So I think this game could be really interesting. Obviously, this is James Madison's first game against a program like Middle Tennessee. Middle Tennessee, it normally is considered a better program than James Madison simply because it's an FBS level program. But James Madison has finally made the hop. They're in the Sun Belt now, and James Madison, unfortunately, if they do win this game, I can't do any more. I'm not going to do any James Madison's games because I know you're thinking they're still technically playoff eligible. Technically speaking, they're not because they're a new team in the FBS. They can't even make a bowl game their first season. They're not allowed. So that's unfortunate for me, and I can't do James Madison games, but I do really like them. I really like the program. I think they're better than Middle Tennessee, if I'm going to be honest. The Blue Raiders have been pretty solid over the past couple years. But I do think James Madison is overall a better, more trustworthy program. I do think they're a very good program, and I think I'm going to go with James Madison here to win this one.